In this lesson, we're going to go over two more things about triangles that we need to know in order to solve for missing angles. So the first thing we're going over is the exterior angle theorem. So exterior, you should think about the outside. So what that is saying is that the measure of the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. So if we look at the example below, right, our exterior angle is the angle that is outside of the triangle. So the only angle that is outside of the triangle in this case is angle 1. So angle 1 is equal to the sum. So sum tells us that we're going to be adding two things of the remote interior angles. Now there are three interior angles in a triangle, right? In this case we have 2, 3, and 4, right? We have the three pink triangles. Now the remote interior angles are the two angles that are the farthest away from 1. So if we look, we see that 4 is right next door to 1. So basically it's the two other angles that are not next to angle 1. So angle 1 must be equal to angle 2 plus angle 3. Using that fact, if we look below, here is my exterior angle. So I know that that angle must be equal to the sum of my two pink angles. So if I want angle LKN, that must be equal to 70 plus 50. So angle LKN is equal to 120 degrees. If I know that angle 4, so angle 4 is an exterior angle. So angle 4 would be equal to the sum of my two pink angles. They tell me that angle 4 is equal to 135, and I want to know the measurement of angle 2. Well, this is a right angle, so that is 90. So I know that 135 is equal to 90 plus my missing value, x. Solve for x, and we get that x is equal to 45 degrees. Number 3, so here they're asking us to solve for both PRX and for x. Well, I know by highlighting, this is my exterior angle, and they give me information about both of the remote interior. So I know that my green angle, so angle PRX, is equal to 75 plus 65. So PRX is going to be equal to 140 degrees. Now I can use that to solve for x because 140 and 2x plus 20 are both PRX. So I solve a two-step equation, get rid of the constant term first. I have 120 equals 2x, divide by 2, and we get x is equal to 60. Again, I'm first going to highlight, so my exterior angle must be equal to the sum of my two remote interior angles. So I know that x plus 20 is equal to x minus 20 plus x minus 10. So I want to simplify on one side of the equal sign first, so I can combine the x's here and my constant terms. Now I have 2x minus 30. Now I'm going to move across the equal sign. Going to do this 2 and 1 just to make it easier. So I get that x is equal to 50. Now they're asking for the measurement of angle Q. So if x is 50, then this angle is 70 because it's x plus 20. This angle Q is supplementary to 70, so it would be 110. Given the picture below, which statement is true? So I want to highlight first. So green is on the outside. Pink angles are my remote interior. They're farther away. So right off the bat, I know that angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. Now that's not one of my answer choices, so I have to go with process of elimination. They did not tell me that angle 1 and angle 2 are the same, so I can cross those off. They also did not tell me anything about angle 1 and angle 3. Now they're talking about angle 4. So if I know that angle 4 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2, right? Angle 4 must be bigger than both of these because it's taking your original angle and adding something to it. So you're left with answer choice 3 because angle 4 is bigger than angle 1, but angle 4 is not smaller than angle 2 because angle 4, right, if we said that angle 1 was 50, you're adding something to 50 to get angle 4. So it's not possible for angle 1 to, so it's not possible for angle 2 to be bigger than angle 4. Now we're talking about isosceles triangles. So we've talked about this a little bit, and you should have learned this in previous years, but we'll go over it again. An isosceles triangle is a triangle with 2 congruent sides and 2 congruent bases. So they'll mark the congruent sides with the little dash marks, and then whatever angles are across from them, right? If you draw a line, those are your base angles, and those are congruent. So right here, we have a base angle, and the entire segment that they live on is our base. The 2 sides that are congruent are the legs, and the angle at the top is the vertex. The angle in between the legs are the vertex. So in the diagram below of isosceles triangle ABC, BC is congruent to AC. So let's first mark that. So BC is congruent to AC. So since these two are congruent, I know that I have congruent base angles as well. They then tell me that the measurement of angle C is 80 degrees. What is the measurement of angle CAD? So now they're asking me about the exterior angle. Well, I know that my exterior angle is equal to the sum of my 2 remote interior angles, but I don't know what my second remote interior angle is. But I know that the sum of angles in a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So I can use this to solve for x, which is the measurement of my base angles. So now I have the measurement of my base angles. So angle CAD is equal to 80 plus 50. So angle CAD is equal to 130 degrees. Now they're asking me for the measurement of angle B. Well, I have dash marks, so this is an isosceles triangle, so my base angles must be congruent. So I have 2 angles that are 68. I want to know the value of B. So B is an exterior angle. So it is equal to the sum of my 2 remote interior. So that is actually both of my base angles. So B is equal to 68 plus 68, which is equal to 136 degrees. Given the picture below, which of the following isn't always true? So I have just a triangle with an exterior angle. So if I just want to label these. So the first answer choice says angle DAC, so that is my green angle. That's saying that DAC is equal to CBA and ACB. Those are both of the pink angles, and I know that is true, so I can cross that answer choice off. Let me go through and highlight CAD, CAD. So I'm going through and sort of giving a color to the angles that I have marked according to my diagram, just to make it easier. So again, we talked about this in a previous question. The exterior angle has to be bigger than your remote interiors. So answer choices 2 and 3 both say that. So you're left with answer choice 4. And that kind of makes sense because we don't know anything about angle CAB. It's not highlighted, so you can't say anything about it. In the diagram below, we have angle A is 37, BCD is 117. They want to know which side of triangle ABC is the longest side. So this, you have to remember that this is going to be opposite the largest angle. So we need to know the angle measurements to answer this question. So if we look at our diagram, 117 is our exterior. So we can solve for angle B because angle B is equal to, so we have B plus 37 is equal to 117. Subtract 37. So this angle is 80. Now if I want to find C, C plus 80 plus 37 equals 180. C plus 117 equals 180. So C is equal to 63. So my largest angle is angle 80. Use a different color. So my largest angle is angle 80. So I have to look at the side that is opposite. So AC is going to be your largest side because it is opposite of the largest angle. So for number 3, it says to find all missing angles. So if we look, there's a couple different triangles happening here. So let's first look at this pink triangle that I am highlighting because I have 2 angles inside marked as well as 1 on the outside. So if we look, 95 is our exterior angle, and the remote interior angles are D and 64. So 95 must be equal to D plus 64. So I can solve for D. So D is equal to 31. Now I can solve for this missing angle because 31 plus 64 plus X equals 180 because it's a triangle. So that is 95 plus X equals 180 minus 95 minus 95. So X is equal to 85. So this one right here is 85 degrees. Now, since this is a right triangle, a right angle up here, and this piece is 31, to find the missing amount, we subtract from 90. So we should get 59 here. And now to find C plus 59 plus 95 is 180. And we add 59 plus 95, which gives us 164. If you go to 180, subtract 164 from 180. So C is equal to 26 degrees. Now, if we look at number 4, find the value of K. Now, they have a couple of different measurements marked. So if we look, they tell us we have two different isosceles triangles here. So we have this one right here. So this is an isosceles triangle with two base angles. And then we also have the larger triangle with two base angles. Now the difference is that if we look at our larger orange triangle, right, we have two base angles, but we also are given the vertex angle. So here I can actually solve for my base angles, because if each of these are x, I can add them all up to 180 and solve for the base angles. So both of the base angles here are 62. And now if you look at your original diagram, you can see that the orange and green overlap right down here. So we can actually say that in my green triangle, that is right here, that I have 62 here and 62 here. So just like before, 62 plus 62 is going to be 124. So 124 plus that k has to give me 180 because it is a triangle. To get 56 degrees.